Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to King's Quest 2015. So, overall, we're about to start chapter 15. Overall, I loved chapter 1, really didn't like chapter 2, was okay with chapter 3, really didn't like chapter 4. So, if it was mirroring in the middle, then chapter 5 hopefully will be really good. Now, can you really go from chapter 1 to chapter 5 and skip the middle? It seems like you might be able to purchase things that way since each one of these says owned separately. But I don't know if you could really play that game. I guess that's one of the few ways I need to look at this because, frankly, I don't have any other idea of, like, how to say this is worth playing. We know that old
Lord Sullen's xylophone certainly sounds like a charming ruckus. Don't get me wrong, but
Here's Gwendolyn.
for a quest to be remembered by, one final adventure for future generations to share. Surely, my dear friend, you can relate to that. Oh, hello, Gwendolyn.
So he's talking to the mirror or himself.
Where did your friend go?
Why, he's right behind you, keeping warm by the fire.
There's no one there.
Not to worry, he'll be back. Always bouncing in and out, that one, like a slingshot.
Grandpa, we need to talk.
Of course, sweetheart. What'll it be? Dragons, treasure, love stories.
We need to talk about this.
I see. Come here.
So Gwendolyn found out he was dying.
I should have told you when I had the chance.
I'm just not ready for you to go.
Listen to me. I am not leaving you. Not yet. The mirror promised me one final adventure.
But the doctors, they said...
Has the magic mirror led us astray before? I'll be here for one more adventure, no matter what any doctor says.
So, where's this adventure taking place?
I haven't decided yet, but it's going to be grand. One for the tapestries of time. I was thinking Serenia, or a family trip back to Avalon.
Grandpa, you can't even get out of bed.
Oh, I can get out of bed all right, just saving up my strength.
I need to know why.
Why? I thought it would be nice to have an adventure outside these walls with the whole family.
No, not that. I need to know why the doctors can't fix you. There has to be a magical fruit that can cure you, or a spell to extend your life. I just can't believe that you're only suffering from old age.
Take a seat. There are a few more stories I have yet to share.
So this implies that he made some kind of deal that says he has to die at a certain age. Wow, that was a weird effect.
As long as I can remember, adventure always had a way of finding me. But as I grew older, I had to find adventure for myself.
Sweetheart, are you sure you need to go out questing for trouble at our ripe old age?
Darling, this old hat may be tattered, but it's not ready to be hung up yet.
I know.
He's not wearing the cape anymore.
I know. As long as you're living, you'll be working to make Daventry perfect. But what's the point of working so hard if we never can enjoy it? We still haven't watched a single sunset from the rose garden.
But there's still so much to do, love. I need to stay sharp. I just don't want my legacy to fizzle out like King Edward's.
Do what you like. I know I won't be able to convince you otherwise.
I probably should have stayed back and watched that sunset, but I had adventure on my mind. Perhaps there was another lost treasure to recover, or a unicorn to be rescued. Oh, if I was lucky, a hideous beast would be terrorizing the kingdom.
So, I've just come to a realization, and I probably should have thought of this further. The addendum that the old King Graham, although this is a pretty old version of King Graham, also is trying to pass, is to say that any person can be made king, and instead of any male. The main assumption here is that that would be Gwendolyn. He wants Gwendolyn to be the new king / queen, whatever they would end up calling him. I guess king. But there is a bigger twist that you could do here. It could be Manny. Manny being a gremlin, or goblin, or whatever. I think gremlin. There might be. He might have decided to let Manny be the king after all.
I still had dreams and goals. Old age is no excuse for complacency.
And we're back in the Daventry, and it's really strange that we didn't spend more time in Daventry and in this castle. Like, I would have figured we would have spent at least a couple of minutes in every single chapter here.
You deserve a chance to celebrate your accomplishments.
Here we go. Look how he walks. Now it's kind of awkward. Like he's falling forward when he runs. These tapestries that are supposed to have something on them, I think. I figured there'd be more things in the hallway by now, too. But no, it's just a chaka.
Oh, it seems like only yesterday you taught my herald to fly.
And see, that's a chaka's bow, so I guess he didn't give a chaka's bow to Alexander.
Perhaps I should start there.
Interesting that they would make that statement, considering how they didn't start more 3 of the 5 adventures in this game in town. And look, there's a bridge that's just permanently built here. No bridge strolls.
Huh? What was that?
Oh, never mind. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So now Gwendolyn's not even going to interrupt him as much because he's getting old and forgetful.
Cleared out all the spiniferous thorn weeds in the mountains and planted a lovely rose garden instead.
Wait, what happened to the snarling Snarlaxes? With purple eyes, blue glowing pupils, 6 legs, 3 claws, and 1 tooth.
They had to be crumbled. Ruin the castle's curb appeal, I'm afraid.
You killed them all? With a crumbler? Ouch. Like, that's a weird statement just to be thrown into the conversation. Apparently I can take a seat. Now what? Is there an achievement for sitting down at every bench in the garden? And we saw the outer edge of a garden in chapter 1 that seemed like we clearly were going to get into some kind of hedge maze. And then it never happened. Or it hasn't happened yet. What's this? This looks like a rock that could be crumbled. And the camera's acting a little awkward here. Though the weird thing is, you could probably still make an argument that gremlins aren't persons under the laws, if that is the twist they want to do, but I don't think there is going to be a twist. I think the story isn't capable of surprising me, really, that much. I haven't been surprised up to this point on anything big, other than the vast and total just lack of good writing. This looks like a bell. Is that gonna summon the dragon?
I'm sure.
He is a weakling. I'm starting to question his commitment to our guild.
Now, Pilar, I don't know if I'd say it like that.
So is it the bridge trolls?
You have to let him in.
This is like the exact same thing we'd done before.
Probably knows we don't have the croissant.
And is he getting old and forgetful, and is the story now gonna fall apart?
Clang, that copper bell brought me right back to my younger days as a squire.
Hold on, Grandpa.
Yes, sweetheart?
It wasn't a bell.
Oh? What was it?
It was a horn.
A horn. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Forgive my momentary lapse in memory.
So man, it is getting down to the point where we should just
The patch of fire impeded my path forward. A mere brain teaser to get my logic wheels spinning.
like things are not in the right place.
I'm getting tired of opening that door for him.
He needs to work on his time management skills.
This is a cool idea. It feels like only the first and fifth chapter were made by the main people. And
After Alexander returned, we sealed up the goblin holes.
oh, is that what those were?
Better come
They never really told me. They never explained that one to us.
I'm getting tired of opening that door for him.
As long as he knows the password, you have to let him in.
The door's already open.
I'm starting to question.
Years ago, if my memory serves me correctly, we redesigned that old meeting space into a...
Sandbox for children, commemorative fountain, bridge troll memorial. I want to see what a bridge troll memorial works, but I think the fountain's probably the right one.
a memorial honoring Pilar and Mr. Watts.
And I guess I can...
Transferred to Rydo in the summer of 1679, and she was annoyed to find out there was in fact no bridge troll guild in existence there. Hungry and poor, she discovered a new cause to rally behind. She founded the first charity whose mission was to feed the trolls.
Feed the trolls. But I think I need to change this back.
Retired when I took the throne. He stayed local though and created most of the art and tapestries that you see on the castle walls.
Cool.
He finally became the drawbridge that he always dreamed of.
Good pun. Good pun. He was drawing, so it was a drawbridge. course, now if I don't find any water, well, will I hide down in this section? We never really did figure out if that was a bug, that you were just falling through the ground, or if they had programmed it so you could hide behind that bushes in chapter 1.
I remember those steps being a lot lower. I used to just whisk up and down them.
So I can't climb up that section, which is fine because the doors are already open, which would have meant I wouldn't have been able to do anything anyways.
Am I remembering this right? We redesigned the space into a
Sandbox for children.
sandbox that all the children of Daventry could enjoy.
Hey, how come I never got to play in that sandbox?
Your father was always paranoid about badgers doing their business in there. He would never let me take it. A randomly placed item to add to my inventory. My adventure was already off to a great start.
So sand with an empty bucket would probably work to put out a fire. Enough sand, but I don't think that's what's going to happen here. I think we need to turn it to the commemorative fountain and get water in the bucket.
We redesigned the space into a commemorative fountain honoring every guard who ever served the kingdom of Daventry.
So I would have to assume all three of those things did get built.
Life-giving water, nectar of gods.
But not in that one place. And he's confusing multiple things that are in multiple places. It would be less likely, in my opinion, for somebody who's getting old and forgetful to completely make something up from that had no basis. But as people get more old and dementia sets in faster and faster and worse, they tend to have a very small basis and then build from that to a very large untruth.
Fire was extinguished, my journey continued.
That's better. Thanks, King Bandicoot.
You're very welcome, friend.
Wait, what's going on? Where's Ulfie?
What do you mean, sweetheart? He's right there. Ulfie, a magical talking bridge.
What?
Oh, hold on a second. You may be right. Ulfie was a bridge with a troll on his back, right? Oh, sorry. I mean a troll with a bridge on his back.
Correct.
How did your back catch on fire?
Oh, I'm not sure. Ulfie was taking a nap and then became very itchy. Probably just another heat rash.
A cool bath with 2 cups of oatmeal should clear that up. It's wonders for me.
Yeah. Your skin does look fantastic for 86.
Well, that's a shame. 77.
Oh, my apologies, King. At 386, Ulfie's memory isn't what it used to be.
I know. You told me that yesterday.
Oh, I didn't I? Can you believe how old we've grown?
77.
Seems like only yesterday we were dancing the dance of the official Bridge Troll Guild. And all the paths through Daventry were wide open. I just hope I chose the right direction, because my journey has become a bit of a straight line lately.
Oh, I hope that's not why you squeezed into your adventuring gear. It's been Alfie's pleasure to watch your little bridge take root and blossom into King Graham the Compassionate. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, if you enjoyed my earlier accomplishments, wait until you see the greatness of my next adventure.
He's way, way too old to be adventuring at 77.
I couldn't wait to get into town. The square was probably full of people in need of an adventurer. Someone to fetch treasures.
Now remember, Graham was younger than all the other characters.
On that day, I would have taken any quest.
So all the people in
One
town.
slight problem. I couldn't remember which way the town was. Which way was the town again? My muscle memory was having a hard time remembering.
Oops. That's weird.
This place.
I'm not sure. I don't think I went this way until later. I better turn back.
The controller is going backwards now. It's if I go right, it walks left. If I go left, it walks right. And now we're in this fog of memory that I can't go any further to. So the controls have just become inverted. Which, that's not...
I'm sorry. I can't remember all the details. Don't worry. It will come to me.
See, now this is just gonna suck in general if the entire 5th chapters is him losing it. Now this most definitely is not the way to the city.
Oh, please, no! Is this how I would be remembered? I had to enter those flames before my legacy was burned to the ground.
Really, your legacy is items?
Even in my old age, I was still pretty smoking.
So, let's see. We're gonna take this, which the shield was supposed to protect Daventry. Apparently, it couldn't protect him against fire.
Your grandpa's on fire. With all these puns, that is.
Gotta be careful. And it seems like I can't bump into anything. Almost bumped into something there. How about the people? Aren't they important? And the treasure chest is not important? Or do I have to get in front of it? Like, I'm all the way in front of this treasure chest and I can't do anything with it.
The thickness of that smoke took my breath away.
Like, let's just go back to the settings and make sure we didn't invert something here. invert y-axis. That's the only thing I could do. So I couldn't invert the x-axis, which was also inverted. So that wouldn't really solve anything. This isn't gonna work. Honestly, it just seems stupid to save these items when people could be burning, houses could be burning. More important things than a few trinkets. I can't pick up these items. So maybe I'm not supposed to... Like, maybe I'm supposed to pick something up and bring it back? Maybe that's it. I can only carry one item.
I saved one treasure, but it wasn't good enough. I pushed myself to grab another one.
So I don't know what the trophy does, but I know the shield protects the city somehow, and this supplies the city with gold, which really should have made Daventry infinitely wealthy. Maybe there was some kind of weird limit on it. And I suppose I'll only have time to save 2 things.
2 treasures saved. They were charred, but not beyond repair. I probably should have stopped there, but there was no turning back now.
Grandpa, what were you thinking?
I need to concentrate.
So it feels like Gwendolyn is allowing her grandfather to exert himself and potentially speed up his demise unintentionally by telling these stories and getting riled up on them. And frankly, there's nothing sadder than dementia setting in on a family member, because their mind is, as far as we can tell, dead long before their body is.
Was all that really worth it?
Well, it's just gone, their personality. And you're left with a usually failing body that has no relation
My stories.
to the person you used to
What do you mean?
remember.
Your stories have been amazing.
I'm just not sure. There's so much more I could have told you. There's so many other details that I forgot to mention.
Grandpa, your stories are perfect. Just the way they are.
I just needed more time. Give me a few moments. I need to fill you in on some other details.
Grandpa, I'd like to remember the stories how they were first told to me.
They'll be better with all this stuff I forgot. Trust me.
Please don't ruin my memories.
Interesting. We're back to controlling things. And we're seeing some numbers.
What are those?
Fairies, I couldn't figure out where they fit in the story.
Perhaps the story was better without them.
So maybe that's the whole thing of why there's been so many holes in the previous chapters. Let's see. Should I play this? Should I change this to... Hmm. 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 Music is the key to unlocking this memory. Hmm.
See that? This is Tree Dorman, Amaya's partner.
Grandpa, Amaya doesn't need a partner. She's a strong woman by herself. Besides, he kind of seems underdeveloped.
You may be right.
Interesting. And so there was an Amaya partner character that maybe I could have introduced. And so that's, I guess the assumption is chapters 1 and 2 he would have been there. But then 7 doesn't make the most amount of sense. And then 3 and 4 is fairies. And this is the Goblin King.
I tell you, the goblins rode around on rats in the caves?
No, but how does that make any sense?
And I can't walk anywhere else. This frankly seems a little bit unfair for the game to expect you to remember the music code of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star just from this. Alright. Start here. Twinkle. Twinkle. I think this is that right. And then and then maybe this. Getting all this in order is the difficult part. Let's try this. So that, then that, then that, then I think this is the spot, and then this is the green. That might work. Music is the key to unlocking this memory. And there's nothing more here. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe it's the colors of the badges. I guess that could be it. So yellow, silver first. That won't work. There's no silver. Let's see, that one, then that one, then that one, then that one, and that one. And the rest of the colors seem correct. And there are, it seems like, the right things. So I see a 1 gold and a 2 silver. And unless I was supposed to do something really crazy, 1 gold and then 2 silver. Which we'll just call purple as silver. That's not right, but whatever. And then 3 red, 4 green. Three red, 4 green. And then 5 gold, 6 green. Five gold, 6 green. And then 7 should be this. So this, and we'll try this. This, and I'll try this. Gold. Silver. Then maybe this is red. Green. Gold. Green. Purple. Seriously, game. You're gonna do this to me. Let's see. 1, 2 are green on the outside. Oh, it is simpler than what I was reading. I got a little confused here, didn't I? Man, that's terrible. It's not the number on the middle. It's 2 greens to begin with. So, and I had been doing that for the rest of this. So let's see how this works.
And Wenty's song. How could I have forgotten Wenty's song? He sang it to Alexander when he first met him.
I think a song would have made that chapter a little too long.
We did sing a song.
Are baked with magic, they're abstract works of art.
Oh, that's Wenty.
Because they come right from the heart.
Let's listen to this.
Are easy if you learn my recipe. First I'll grab you high and you'll grab low. Don't twist me up like pretzel dough. Next we squeeze our bellies huddle. Don't make this weird, it's just a cuddle. Waft my musk and count to 3 or mayhaps to infinity. Don't mind my sweat, I'm just obese. Rub my back and then release. The purest form of love and greetings. 1 cup friendship, 10 parts feelings. Platonic or romantic, could be comic or dramatic. Sympathetic, maybe tantric. Every hug is sourced organic. There shake from the heart, 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 hugs, 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 heart and hugs, hugs and heart, heart and hugs, hugs and hugs. Give me a hug.
So when we first met Winty the baker.
Oh, there was another puzzle in the ice labyrinth. I feared it was too hard to understand.
Oh man.
Perhaps I was wrong.
You really gonna throw me another one of these garbage things?
Find a way to get everyone on the switches.
Get everyone on the switches. Yeah, and that was the last thing that this previous chapter needed was let's see. Darn it. Okay, so they can't run off the edge. Let's try this again. This just kind of feels like an excuse though. Like I can't for even a second excuse the actions of the previous chapters by saying, well, maybe this was actually a intentional thing. Let's see if I walk this way. It breaks that one. So that won't work either. Two. Seems strange. Sometimes I can run these guys against walls. No problem. Let's try this. Nope, that doesn't work either. And it stops me with every step to watch the other ice statues move. So there's only one solution up to a certain point, as best as I can tell. I have to go up here. And then I have to go down here. And I don't see any reason why I'd want to go left. But, you know, going left than going right might work. Nope. It certainly didn't. I didn't want another one of these. I can tell you that right now. This is not what I wanted in my life. I think I can go this way. And then like I can't walk further to the right. So what do? Go up? Or can I maybe retrace my steps? Now, if I walk back down and go down this way, I can't go to the left. I can't go up here. I could go to the... I can't go right. Can I go this direction. Can I go up here? Now if I go back down and I go to the left, suppose I could go up and then back down. I'm doing the exact opposite of what I need to do though. I'm getting further and further away. Do I have any items or anything? So we start here. Up. 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 This direction. So this and then this. And what can I do? Like if I go up here and then go over here, that fails. So can I perhaps cheat this a little bit by doing this? No. 1, 2, 3. That part is aligned. That part is the same for everybody. And then we have one that needs to go up. And then one that needs to go down. So these two are still kind of aligned. It's just I needed to go like if I do this, it breaks. Should I look up a solution here? Because it's been about 20 minutes probably. What am I missing? And when they start at that starting point again, they start over. So that one brick is not useful. And I can't just walk this direction. And I can't walk upward. So this has to be it. And I can't walk to the right. So I have to go up. I can't walk to the left. I can't walk to the right. I have to go down. Now, evaluating, I could go back up, but I would be in the exact same position I was just in. I could go right here. Now I suppose things do change when I do left. But, so if I go left like this, now, if I go up, I would kill one of them, I think, so I have to go right, which is where I just was, and then upwards, and then right again. I swear that should be it. That's not working. And I can't go up. I can't go down. Like, going up kills them. Oh, actually it doesn't. Well, then that shouldn't kill it either. But it does. Oh, this sucks. This sucks so bad. This is a waste of time. This is an excuse for bad writing. This is just what feels like a hodgepodge of elements that they didn't have done in time for the release date. All of this falls right into the problems of episodic DLC releases of games. And early access, if you want to go one step further, is even worse, because when you do early access, then you're not even willing to commit to like 5 episodes or 5 chapters per game. You're going to just constantly add things when they're ready and give no schedule. Alright. If we go over here and we go upward, that doesn't help. If we go up here, I can move things back downwards, and this might allow me to try and align things. And see, now if I go this direction, it dies. Oh, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. Time to look up the answer. 7 minutes short of an hour. Just time to look up the answer, because I could not care one bit about this dumb puzzle. Let's see. Skip. Chapter 5. Let's see. We'll go ahead and, as the page is loading, try to get all of this. Alright. Forward. No duh there. Right. No duh there. Forward. And oddly, left here. That didn't work. No, I did it wrong. Forward. Right. Forward. Left. Seriously, what's going on here? Am I getting my left wrong? Forward. 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 Right. Forward. Then just step left very carefully, I guess. And then right. And now back. So this had nothing to do with anything other than the fact that you couldn't walk all the way on that platform. So it wasn't a puzzle as much as just a dexterity challenge. That sucks. That's not good. That was awful.
Oh, and there was this whole other hidden Wetzel wolf cave. Did I ever tell you about the time I raced on top of the bridge trolls? What about my sorcery battle with the winged
Grandpa!
ones?
Stop! Your stories were perfect. Didn't you tell me that no story is ever done? It just stops being rewritten?
I will go back and fix it.
I would like the opportunity to go back and fix some of my choices previously, but that's not what's happening here. At all. Instead, we're being told the delusions of an old man. And the tree got bigger.
We were planted in Daventry at the same time, but just like my legacy, this tree would outgrow me.
And see, I kind of want to go to the pie maker's shop.
I have beefed up security on that back gate to make sure no Wetzel wolves could break in. The lock was crafted from very rare chromium I mined from the caverns in Ceridia. It was resistant to magic and required multiple keys. Of course, I couldn't remember where I had hidden them.
So I've hidden keys somewhere, maybe? At least we're getting back to that area. Everything else looks like it's the same. Maybe there was a building that I was supposed to have found at some point there.
The sweet smell of starberries still wafted around the oven. It appeared the shop had not been sold yet.
So what was that I just picked up? Triumph commemorative plate. 1 of 3.
Still smell like something was baking. I could go for some samples.
I can't take the
Smell like
broom.
something was baking.
So our friends are gone, and I think we're gonna find out that that's the case for the rest of it too. I'm split almost exactly evenly here. We've gone an hour. I've been pretty frustrated. We've been told a pretty disjointed, weird story that's not exactly how I'd write or play out a story like this. The idea of him just being forgetful and remembering things differently. I get what they're trying to do here. I think they could have done it better. If they were going to actually let me change my choices from previous games, that would be nice. But instead they're giving me extra content that they couldn't squeeze in somewhere else. Those line puzzles in particular, those 12 of them, if there had been 3 in every single chapter, or about 3, it would have worked a lot better. If a lot of the elements in chapter 1 were better spread out amongst chapter 2, 3, and 4, I wouldn't have as much disdain for chapters 2, 3, and 4. But as it is, I don't even really want to have to remember or replay them. Anyways, it's been an hour. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.